The lights are on, the sun has nearly set, and we've got ourselves some beautiful weather on this Friday night here in Valparaiso, Indiana, on the campus of Valparaiso High School. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and welcome into Game Night in the Region on Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide online at facebook.com/regionsports and at regionsports.com. We come to you from Viking Field on the campus of Valparaiso High School as the Region Sports Network presents the number 5 Valpo Vikings playing host to the Chesterton Trojans. I'm Jared Schlensky, and I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game. Alongside me today are my color commentators, Jay Simmons and Doug Nelson. Last week, Valpo lost their starting quarterback, Justin Clark, but they still pulled out the win, 35-14 over Michigan City. This defense for the Vikings has been outstanding, allowing just 13 points per game. As for Chesterton, they won their season opener 3 weeks ago against Hobart, but since then have suffered 3 consecutive losses, and last week a heartbreaker, 24-21 over LaPorte, and they're going to be down a very talented player in Ethan Troy. Jay, we'll start with you. Both teams have a lot to play for. I'm looking forward to a good game tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be whether or not Chesterton can right the ship this week. They are 1-3. The last 2 weeks have lost the exact same score, 24-21. So they're going in one direction, and Doug's going to tell us about the Valparaiso Vikings and how they're going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, Valpo is just one of those programs that seem to reload every year. They really do. They're 4-time defending sectional champions, ranked number 5 in the AP poll and the coaches poll, ranked number 2 in the Sagarin rating. So Coach Marshall's doing an amazing job, and he's got a great staff working with him, and it should be an exciting ball game tonight.
It sure should be, and the crowd is still forming in. We're going to honor all of our military members active and those who are no longer with us tonight here at Valparaiso High School.
Also, first responders are out there, too. I see the policemen out there. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I was not aware, but yeah, it's a great atmosphere, great time to recognize those who serve our country, and hopefully we'll get a great game tonight. We're going to take our first time out. When we come back, we'll recap. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Did you know?
Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area?
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
You're watching Region Sports Network coverage of high school football on the internet at regionsports.com and online at facebook.com/regionsports. George Schlensky alongside Jay Simmons and Doug Nelson for tonight's matchup between Chesterton and Valparaiso. Doug, we'll begin with you. This is a Valparaiso team that comes in averaging over 31 points per game. They've won 3 straight, and it sure seems like they've put that week 1 loss to Penn behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. That week 1, the Penn is a very good team to start off against because it's a great barometer to find out where you're at and what you need to work on. But offensively, Valpo is a very ground-heavy program. They keep it simple. They they work behind their line. They're led by number 5, Justin Clark, 6'2" junior. He's very has his hands in the ball a lot and takes care of the ball. He's a leader on the field. And next guy is Travis Davis, 6-foot junior, 220 pounds. Again, those are your guys. That's their bread and butter, and that's who they're going to count on tonight to help move the football.
Well, no doubt about it, Jay, that Chesterton is going to have their work cut out for them defensively. They've played in some tight games.
Yes, they have.
They've played some good teams, but this is going to be a different animal going up against a Valpo Viking rushing attack.
Yes, it is. And what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to bring an extra man up on the line of scrimmage, whether they go to a 5-down lineman front or they just bring up a linebacker. There's your two top tacklers. Danny Gavia with leading the team in tackles from the outside linebacker position with 47 tackles, and Keegan Wrigley from the inside linebacker position, got 32 tackles, 4 for losses. So he's going to be the guy I think they're going to bring up and try and shoot A-gap, be disruptive, try and hold this Valparaiso offense down. They've been giving up 23 points a game. They've got to slow the Vikings down. Make them do long, sustained drives and hope for a mistake or a turnover. That's one thing Chesterton is really hurting right now. They are -1 in the turnover department, so that bodes right into why they are 1-3.
There you have it, the Valpo Vikings offense, the Chesterton defense. When we get back, we'll flip it around. We'll talk about the Chesterton offense and preview the Valparaiso Vikings defense. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Back at Viking Field, home of the Valparaiso Vikings. We are less than 10 minutes away from kickoff here in Week 5 of the Indiana high school football season. The Valpo Vikings 3-1, looking to improve to 4-1 and 3-0 in Duneland Conference play. Going to have their work cut out against the Chesterton Trojans, who are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Today, here at Viking Field, we are taking the time to honor our veterans and active military members, along with our community service members. Beautiful tradition here on hand at Vikings Field. And before we talk more about this Valpo defense and this Chesterton offense, let's go down to the field and honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
The Valparaiso Community Schools are a smoke-free and tobacco-free environment. We thank you for your courtesy by refraining from smoking.
I guess we'll wait a couple more minutes before then, but first, let's talk about this Valparaiso Vikings defense. Doug, you talked about the offense, but this defense is underrated too. They've only allowed 13 points per game. They had that 35-point outburst against Penn, but since then have not allowed more than 14 points in a game.
Yeah, they held a very explosive Michigan City team to 14 points, but it's led by their linebacking crew, number 6, Peter Crossan, a 6-foot senior, 185. He and Jonah Kyle, he's got 18 total tackles, 6 foot, 190 senior. And Alex Rodriguez, another senior, 5'11", 200, all linebackers. So those guys are really shooting the gaps and are very athletic and run sideline to sideline, and we'll see how they handle the Chesterton offensive attack here today.
Chesterton a year ago had the D1 quarterback in Chris Mullen. Since then, Mark Peterson still trying to figure out who his quarterback is. He's going to play both Sebastian Boswell and Brady McCormick. Both have looked good at times, but ultimately Chesterton hoping to do a little bit more offensively this week.
Well, Boswell, he came in as, first-time starter as a junior, so you're going to have growing pains with him. He's 28 for 52, 440 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, so that's not a bad ratio. You like to see a positive on touchdown to interception ratio. He's doing pretty good. He's developing, and that's something that's going to take time throughout the season. And you got Toma, who is star running back. He's got 10 carries, 31 yards. He's sort of the go-to guy in long distance. Or Troy, 35 carries, 189 yards. And talking to Booth is that Troy may not play or start tonight. He may be injured, so we're going to have to see what's going on. Leading receiver is Toma, 14 catches, 227 yards, as long as 85, two touchdown receptions. Wheeling is the second leading receiver, 12 catches, 112 yards, 35 yards is his longest. And it looks like we're going to have some action going down on the field.
Yeah, let's take the time to honor America right now with the singing of our national anthem.
Looks like the Vikings are taking the field. Everybody's carrying a flag. A nice tradition for the Vikings team. Honor America.
A great tradition here, and obviously we're going to take the time to honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Valpo at home, a lot to play for. Next week, homecoming, but another great crowd on hand, and should be a really exciting game tonight against Chesterton.
Yeah, definitely the crowd is building up. Both sides filling in pretty nicely. Beautiful evening.
Yeah, knock on wood. We've been pretty fortunate with weather so far, but these are two programs that are very familiar with one another, and with the fireworks going off in the distance.
I was wondering before the game what was going on behind the field. There's just an open land, and, well, there's your answer. The fireworks are off into effect. A beautiful showing right down at the 50-yard line. You got the American flag split out like they do at Soldier Field before every game. In terms of honoring America and taking the time to honor our veterans, I got to say it's pretty much as good as it could be.
Yeah, veterans, first responders.
Public service members,
Public service members, yes. It's a good thing for Valparaiso. Not only to high school, but also to community.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the community does a great job of supporting their athletic programs. And as you all know, we've been around and you know the importance of that. So, a successful program and community support goes hand in hand.
Let's take the time now to talk about our keys to the game. And tonight's keys are sponsored by Castle Subaru. Stop in and get your keys to a new Castle. A Castle
We'll get to those
Subaru,
keys
that is.
right after the national anthem.
Yes.
Great job by our cameraman picking that up. That was, a neat tradition with this program, and they do a great job here with the fans and to involve the student athletes as well.
Not just one round of fireworks, we got two. A lovely display and a beautiful performance. Let's touch on those Castle Subaru keys of the game. We tried to do it earlier, then the anthem came on, but now is the time to do it. The keys brought to you by Castle Subaru. Stop in and get your keys to a new castle. A Castle Subaru, that is. Doug, let's start with you. You touched on this Valpo Vikings offense. You touched about this Valpo Vikings defense. What are they going to have to do tonight to come out with a win?
The one thing that, you need to take care of the football. You need to get stops and read your keys of the Chesterton offense. But what I like about the Valpo program, year in and year out, that third phase, the special teams, they're always solid in the special teams. And it goes back to Sam Ficken, who played at Penn State and spent some time in the NFL. So that third phase is kind of, games are won and lost there, and Valpo's very strong in that area.
Jay, on the flip side, Chesterton, they've been in a lot of tight games the last two. They were not able to pull it out. They've actually lost 3 consecutive, the last 2 really close. What are they going to have to do to be on the other end of these close games?
Well, Chesterton offensively is going to make sure they are not predictable. They're going to have to run just as effectively as they pass the ball, so keeping the Valparaiso defense off balance, and then defensively causing havoc in the backfield, causing a couple turnovers, being disruptive, getting Valpo out of their rhythm. That's going to be the key for a Chesterton victory tonight.
Well, you heard it here. Doug with our keys for the Valpo Vikings, and Jay with our keys for the Chesterton Trojans. Those keys brought to you by Castle Subaru. Check them out at Highway 6 in Portage and online at castlesubaru.com. We're going to take another timeout. When we return, we'll be ready for some more info. Remember, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 113 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. Whether it's a simple, elaborate, traditional, or unique service, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home and Crematory will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. Visit them on the way.
The switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
This broadcast is a production of the Region Sports Network. Any other use, duplication, reproduction, or retransmission of the accounts and descriptions of this contest without the express written consent of the Region Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Good evening. Welcome back to Valparaiso High School, home of the Vikings. We've got a good one on hand tonight. The Valpo Vikings 3-1, looking for their 4th consecutive win, but they've got a tough task tonight against the Chesterton Trojans. Right now, the honorary captains for both teams heading out to midfield as we begin the coin toss. Before we get to the coin toss, though, let's take a look at tonight's Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Friday night forecast. Tonight's forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Currently, right now in Valparaiso, Indiana, it's mostly cloudy skies. The sun has just about completely set, and it's 75 degrees. You could not ask for much better football weather. Not too hot, not too cold, and ultimately, I think both teams are going to be pretty pleased with the weather. I'm curious to see how the coin toss fares out here. You've got a Valpo Vikings offense that has done a really good job offensively, Doug, but on the flip side, they've done some good stuff defensively. I wonder what they want to do in particular.
Well, it looks like they have declined the
coin
they deferred.
toss.
They have deferred, and Chesterton is going to receive, so Chesterton offense is going to be going out on the field.
And this Chesterton offense is quite talented. They're a little banged up. Obviously, their star running back, Ethan Troy, we don't know whether or not he's going to play. We're going to find out here on this first series. But they've got a nice balance between the running back, Bryce Thoma, Garrett Lewis got a lot of action, and Sebastian Boswell and Brady McCormick are going to get a chance to do some things at the quarterback position.
Yep, well, you got Lewis, 62 carries, 381 yards. 2 touchdowns, 200-yard games. McCormick, 15 carries, 62 yards. Boswell, not really proficient in carrying the ball. He's got 4 carries for minus 11 yards. So He's got something to be desired on his running, but he is the leading thrower for the team. So seems like it's a run quarterback, pass quarterback type offense.
Just tuning in, Valpo is the home team. They are in the black and green. Chesterton is the visitor. They have the white and then with the gold helmets. Kicking off for Valpo, Jackson Kopp. 17 kickoffs this season, close to 1,000 yards. He's got a nice leg. 3 back to return for the Chesterton Trojans. And we are officially underway. It's a high kick near the goal line, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchback by Garrett Lewis. And now we get to see the Chesterton Trojans offense go to work for the first time tonight. What do you want to see here early?
Well, what I want to see from Chesterton is balance, establish a good rhythm, get Sebastian Boswell some easy looks throwing the ball, but also get Bryce Toma and Garrett Lewis some carries early on, get their quicker backs out in open space, try and take advantage of their speed.
Defensively, I want to see how aggressive those linebackers are. We talked about Alex Rodriguez and Peter Croston. See how much they spend time on the run here.
First play, a pass from Sebastian Boswell. A little high on hand, was looking for Levi Wheeling a couple of catches last week. Nothing too, complex there, just a little bit off.
Yeah, and the backers did not rush. They dropped back there in coverage. They had a pretty good idea of what Chesterton was going to do. You got 2 programs here that there's no secrets. They're very familiar with one another, and they're 2 very astute coaching staff. So this is a little bit of a chess match early on.
Quick screen pass goes to Toma, and he's taken down for a loss. A really nice open field tackle there by the Valpo Vikings defense.
It was number 32, Sammy Ampelotis, 6-foot junior, 165.
Let's take a look at the starters tonight. We'll start with the Chesterton offense on the line from left to right. It's Isaiah Fowler, James Rader, Jorge Ortiz, Nolan Murphy, and Hunter Bouza. Sebastian Boswell, the quarterback, he's thrown 2 passes already. In the backfield, you got Bryce Toma, Levi Wheeling, and at receiver, you've got Aiden Weaver and Brady McCormick, along with Garrett Lewis. Third down, screen pass to the flat. Valpo sniffs it out, and Chesterton goes 3 and out. A nice job on hand by Valparaiso's defense, led by Ty Veen.
Yep, and Connor McCall out there, number 17. And Connor McCall's got one thing really going for him. I love that number.
There you go.
3.
Again, yeah, I know you're going to say there. That was 3 passes.
Yep.
That was. I know we talked about it last week, Jay. A lot of teams come out and script their plays, but I don't know if Valpo could have counted on 3 balls in the air there in the first possession.
2 back to punt for Valpo. The punt is short. Not even going to make it to midfield, and Valpo is going to have great field position to start their first offensive series. Let's touch on that Valpo Vikings starting defense. They just got a 3 and out. It was led by Tyler Young, Zach Brown, Tanner Young, and Connor McCall. Linebackers were Pete Crossan, Jonah Kyle, Ty Veen, and Sam Ampliotis. And the secondary was Tyler Vashur, Chase Schroeder, and TJ Watkins. As for the offense, starting left tackle Matt Hofer, a junior. His dad is the assistant athletic director here. And the rest of the line looks like Caleb Sharp, DeAndre Price, Charlie Hammett, and Isaac Skydamita. The tight end, Keegan Begley. The quarterback, Justin Clark. The running backs, Travis Davis and Daryl Davis. And the receivers, Cam Danzy and Julian Stokes. First pass falls incomplete. A little short on hand. Was looking for the receiver at the bottom of your screen, and that's Daryl Davis.
You got 2 run-heavy offenses throwing the ball. They were watching the game last night with Kansas City and L.A.
We'll better pack dinner because we're going to be here all night if they keep throwing every play.
4 plays from scrimmage, 4 passes. Chesterton's defense, they're going to come out in a 4-4. Devin Singh, Isaiah Fowler, Connor Costafaros here on 2nd and 10. Off-tackle run with a lot of room. That's Travis Davis, and Davis up past the 35, close to the first down. The rest of the starting defense, Owen Edlin, Danny Gavea, Keegan Wrigley, Rylan De La Cruz, and John Fleming, Zach Corsell, Hayden DeMarco, and Ethan Chasko. Those are today's starting defense for Chesterton. 3rd and short.
Well, we kept it.
And keeping is the quarterback, Justin Clark, all the way to the 20. And a couple of runs and, 2 good gains and now a first down.
Yeah, the Valparaiso offensive line establishing a good push up front. And 3rd and 2, they just take it right up the gut. Easy first down.
Another thing that happens, too, is these guys could be opponents in sectional 10. So by throwing the football, you're giving them something else they might have to prepare for, in the postseason.
Clark with time, quarterback draw, has room, close to the 10, past the 10, almost to the 5, pick up close to 15, and Clark there using his legs again. Another strong pickup from the Valpo offense.
Yeah, Clark right there. Nice job of pausing for a second, letting one of his offensive linemen get downfield. It looked like that was number 72, Sharp, led the way down the field for a big gain.
Quickly to the line, Valpo, no huddle. Davis up the gut. He is in for 6, and just like that, Valpo strikes first. They need just 5 plays to find the end zone.
You look at the replay here on your screen. Again, just like Jay's mentioned earlier, that line is the Valpo offensive line is absolutely having their way right now. And, that makes it easy for Clark in the backfield to move the ball down the field. They got the ball on chunks there on the ground.
Jackson Kopp to kick the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The PAT up and through. And Valpo at home strikes first. Vikings 7, Trojans nothing, 9:17 to go. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Valpo needs just one series, their first offensive series, to find the end zone, and they lead 7-0 here at home against Chesterton. Jared Slinsky alongside Jay Simmons and Doug Nelson. Good start so far for both teams, especially the Valpo offense.
Yeah, Valpo offense just, again, establishing dominance at the offensive line. That score came with 9:17 left in the first quarter, and the first part is their defense played well. They got a short punt, took the ball 40 yards, punched it down, in for a touchdown, and it looked pretty easy. Hopefully it's not going to be that way all night for the Chesterton defense.
Kopp found the end zone with his first kickoff, and this one even further than the first one, another touchback. And we're going to get to see Chesterton go to work. You talked about this Valpo team a lot. You previewed the offense and you previewed the defense. The defense might be a little bit underrated, but they look good on that first series.
They did. They got their stops, and I'm sure they might have been caught off guard a little bit with Chesterton throwing the ball 3 times, but they stepped up. But again, the quiet guy that's having a great night is the kickoff guy so far. He's put 2 in the end zone. That's to be able to do that as your special teams coach, to have a guy that can put it in the end zone every time is pretty nice.
Chesterton will run the ball with Toma, and he goes nowhere. A loss of 1 on the play, could never get that counter set up. And a good tackle in the backfield by Valpo's defensive lineman, Zachary Brown.
Yeah, Zach Brown just busted through there, being disruptive. The play just took too long to develop in the backfield. They've got to do something quick hit, like they did the first series, spread them out, come back with something inside, but they've got to spread this Valparaiso defense out and try and go something vertical maybe.
2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Boswell keeps on the option, finally gets past the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get out to about the 22, 23-yard line. Excuse me, that's Brady McCormick.
Yep, I was just gonna get on you about that. Brady McCormick, he's the running quarterback. Boswell is the throwing quarterback. Boswell only has minus 11 yards on the season, so he's definitely he does not want to run the ball. Big conversion down for Chesterton, 3rd and 7.
Mark Peterson, head coach for Chesterton, said both would play. They were listed on the depth chart, and, well, we've already seen them both. 3rd and 7. Boswell rolls right, takes a shot, and finds his man past the sticks on the far sideline at about the 32. Good pitch and catch between Boswell and Toma.
Yeah, Toma did a nice job. Found a little seam in between the linebackers. Made sure the first thing he did when he came out of his break was he was a yard past the first down marker. That came with 7:54 left in the first quarter.
That was a nice ball there by Boswell. When that was on a line, he had time. His offensive line gave him time, and he put that right where it had to go.
Chesterton trailing 7-0, does have their first down tonight. 2 receivers to both sides. Option, pitch to Toma, and he goes nowhere. Valpo had that one sniffed out from the get-go. A nice open field tackle again by this Valpo defense. This time it was...
Looked like number 6, Peter Cross.
Peter Cross, and yeah, we've called his name, I think, at least twice now.
Yeah, he's aggressive on this end of the line. 6-foot senior. He's active. He's got good hands, good instincts for the ball game on this end of the field.
Loss of 4 makes it 2nd and 14. Let's see if Chesterton goes back to the air. Boswell, clean pocket, down the middle, little too high for Toma. Good coverage there by the Valpo Vikings DBs.
Yeah, nice job, though, by the offensive line. He was able to set his feet, throw the ball down the field, but great coverage. They went man-to-man underneath and 2 free safeties over the top, and there was nowhere to throw.
He's got a good ball, doesn't he? He throws hard.
Yes, he does.
He's got some zip on the ball and throws it on the line. It's nice, clean, and a lot of good spiral action.
What do you look to see here from the Valpo defense on 3rd and long?
I think they're going to match up man-to-man and play a free safety over the top, drop the linebackers in the middle.
Let's see how many rush. It's a 4-man rush. Boswell rolls right over the middle.
He caught
and caught.
I'm going to give him a catch on
A
that.
shoestring catch very close to the first down.
Oh, he did. He called it incomplete.
He did. It was originally called complete to Tyler Peterson. They say it hit the turf. And likely Chesterton's going to be forced to punt again with 6:50 here to go.
Yeah, Boswell just got to get that ball up a little bit. Peterson was in a nice spot in between a couple linebackers. All he had to do was step into it. The offensive line right now is doing a good job pass blocking. They haven't been able to do much running wise, though.
2 returners back for Valpo. The punting unit out. And a high punt near midfield. And Valpo is going to let it bounce, and Chesterton is going to pick it up near midfield. But Valpo, for the first time today, will go to work inside their own territory. They had great field position, Doug, last time, and, well, they took advantage. 5 plays and a rushing touchdown from their go-to guy, Travis Davis.
Again, that running game eventually sets up a shot down the field. The safeties have got to creep up eventually and help stop the run game. So you might look for a little play action here eventually. You got 1 safety back now, and good opportunity to run a little slant pattern. But either that or you stick to your bread and butter, get the ball on the ground.
Nearly halfway through quarter number 1, 7-0 lead for Valpo. They're on offense. Jet sweep to the outside, back into Chesterton territory to about the 45, and a good pickup on first down for Valpo again.
Yeah, if Valpo's getting 5 or 6 yards of a play on the ground, why change it, right? Let's keep it simple and do it until they stop it.
Yeah, you know what? That's what you're talking about, Doug, is that all of a sudden now Chesterton might have to bring that extra man up in the box. They're going with 4 down linemen right now.
Yeah.
Give this time goes to Travis Davis. He found the end zone once already. This time he's past the sticks for a first down. And after coming out throwing the ball on their first drive, they've established the run here on drive number 2.
Well, that's who they are. Valpo moves the ball on the ground, and again, by throwing the ball a little bit early on, again, like we said, these guys might play each other in sectional 10 at some point. There's only 4 teams in the sectional, so you give them something else they have to work on during the week. So
definitely.
That's just a little strategery. These guys this isn't their first rodeo, so they see the big picture.
Back to Davis. Not a whole lot here. Good penetration by that Chesterton defensive front. Jay, what do you want to see from the Chesterton Trojans defense?
Defensively, they've got to start shooting a linebacker here and there. With 5:31 left in the first quarter, Chesterton's got to sell out. It's second and long here. They've got to sell it. Bring a linebacker, maybe go man over the top. Just try and cause some havoc in the backfield.
2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Justin Clark, the quarterback, with time to throw. Over the middle, complete for a first down and then some. Still on his feet, rumbling way past the first down marker is Julian Stokes. A nice pitch and catch between Clark and